So about 2 weeks ago, when the Alexa Bliss ring domination was going on, I posted up an Ultimate Pack openings video. In that video, I said that I think a new tier is coming, for two reasons. In that event, they gave out Elite Samoa Joe. Joe is the strongest elite card in the game. And then, on top of that, they were giving out an Ultimate Event Alexa Bliss. Historically in Supercard, whenever they've given out the stronger cards in the tier, in this case the strongest card in the tier, the Elite tier, it usually means that a new tier is coming. But of course the Elite tier wasn't, and still isn't, the top tier in the game currently, it's the Ultimate tier, right? But also historically they've given out the female event cards right when a new tier was about to come out. And then on top of a woman's event card, they now have a woman's Money in the Bank card in Charlotte. So we've got Ultimate Charlotte, we've got Ultimate Alexa Bliss, and if I remember correctly, the last Money in the Bank, or the last WrestleMania Money in the Bank card, or one of them, was Becky Lynch. After that, the SummerSlam tier came out. So that's another hit right there. And then today, the evidence is just too strong. So now we've got Team Road to Glory. And guess what the Team Road to Glory card is? Samoa Joe. Joe isn't only the best Elite card, but he's also the best Ultimate card. So now they've given out a female event card, a female Money in the Bank card, and the best Elite and Ultimate card. And also, if you want to add to that, I guess, the Elite card in the Team Road to Glory is Kevin Owens, who's one of the strongest cards in the tier. Not the strongest one, but he's up there. So the evidence and hints are really stacking up. I'm thinking we get a new tier in maybe 2 to 3 weeks, probably prior to this set of Money in the Bank rewards closing out. And speaking of Money in the Bank, I'm not getting Pro Charlotte anymore. Here's the thing, when it was first announced, I was hyped up. I was like, yo, another opportunity at an Ultimate female card, I'm gonna get that Charlotte Pro. But then if you look at the time that you've got to get that card, and how many contracts I've currently got, it's just not possible for me to get her for free. Now, yeah, I did, buy some bouts for Goldberg, but that was a different situation. At the time, I was nearing my ladder reward, and I was trying to get Goldberg quick, train him, finish a rank domination at the same time. And it was a different situation there. I'm not in that situation now, so I'm not gonna do that. What I'm probably gonna do instead is save all my contracts for whatever's gonna come up next, the next top card in Money in the Bank, because chances are that's gonna be for the brand new tier, and of course a pro for that would help my deck up a lot more, boost my deck up a lot more than an Ultimate Pro would. Now, that's also a tip for you guys. If you find yourself in a situation in Money in the Bank where you're not sure if you're gonna get the pro of the card, then go ahead and save all your contracts. Instead of going ahead and just getting the single as soon as you can, save all the contracts and wait till the very end of the Money in the Bank cycle. Not when it ends, because then it's too late, but right before it ends, when they post up a preview, because they usually post up a preview letting you know, hey, the next set of rewards are gonna be this card and this card. That's how we found out about Charlotte and Braun Strowman, so you could wait until then. Last time, I think they showed the Charlotte card and Braun Strowman, I think 11 hours before they actually came into the game. So you got some amount of time there to decide if you wanted to spend your credits on Goldberg or Brock Lesnar, or decide on, waiting the couple of hours to get Charlotte or Braun Strowman. So same thing here. If you're not sure if you're going to be able to get the pro in time or not, just save all your contracts, build them up, don't get the single right away, get enough for the pro, or try and get enough for the pro, and then towards the end of it, once they post up the preview, you can make a decision whether you want to go for the pro that you can get now or not, or save up the contracts for whatever's next. Now, one last thing about Money in the Bank, if I haven't already bored you guys to death talking about the mode, this is a question from one of you guys on Twitter that I decided to answer on video, and I might actually do that on a regular basis from now on. We'll see, or from time to time. So this one comes from Rachel Darmetko, hopefully I said that right, and the question is, I'm trying to get Charlotte for WWE Supercard Money in the Bank. Any advice or tricks to get more contracts? Alright, so first things first is you need a proper deck setup. The good thing about Money in the Bank, though, is that it's simple, and so as soon as you've got a proper deck set up for the mode, you're good to go. You don't need to change it ever again unless they put up an update to the game that changes things completely in Money in the Bank. You're good to go as soon as you find the right setup. So, you need a balanced deck. So find 15 cards that are around the same stats. So that could be 15 WrestleMania cards. That could be 15 Survivor Pro cards. That could be 15 SummerSlam cards. They could be leveled or unleveled. As long as they're around the same stats, you're good to go. Just make sure they're not 15 uncommon cards, because then when you win a match, you're just going to get one contract. So don't do that. Now, they don't even need to be of the same tier. As long as they're around the same stats, you're good to go. Check out my setup, for instance. I've used this setup for a long time now, and I'm in the Ultimate Plus tier now, and I'm still using these WrestleMania Pro cards in Money in the Bank. As you can see, it's all WrestleMania Pro cards, some WrestleMania Pro events, and then we've got one SummerSlam event single Finn Balor in there. He might not be a WrestleMania Pro card, but he's around the same stats, maxed out. So that's why he's in there. So find yourself 15 cards that are around the same level at a reasonable tier. So like I said, can't be uncommons. And you're good to go. Then you're going to be able to win every single match. Just make sure that when you're playing your bout, that you always go for the cards with the gold briefcases at the bottom and not the bronze or silver ones, because those give you less points, while the gold ones will give you the most points, 4 points per match, for a total of 40 at the end, because you get a bonus. And if you happen to mess up by, let's say, picking a card with a silver briefcase instead of a gold one by mistake, worst case scenario, you can always back out of the game, go back in, and that bout is still going to be there so you don't lose it. So there's no reason to settle for anything less than 40 contracts. Hope that helps, hope that answers your question, and for anybody else that's got a question regarding Supercard, you can post it up in the comment section. I think if it gets a bunch of thumbs up, then I'll go ahead and pick that one, or you could just post it up on Twitter. Basically, if I find it interesting, I'll go ahead, pick that one, and answer it on a video. So anyways, I want to talk about something today. We got some big news. It's not Supercard news, but speaking of Supercard, really quick, I did get Neville, because I'm not sure if I told you guys if I got him or not. But anyways, big news today from the WWE. Kurt Angle is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, I just posted up my Royal Rumble returns video yesterday talking about, a bunch of superstars that could return in the match. And I ended it by mentioning Kurt Angle, saying that's the return I'd like to see the most. And now it's confirmed that we're going to see Kurt Angle in the WWE, at least in the Hall of Fame. But the thing that worries me now is, I hope that him being inducted into the Hall of Fame doesn't mean that we're not going to see Kurt Angle in the ring. Because if you look at the current people in the WWE Hall of Fame, how many of them are currently competing in the WWE? That's the thing that worries me, because, look, it's freaking awesome that he's in the Hall of Fame. Really happy about that. But I want to see Angle compete. I want to see him angle slam some people, put them in the angle lock. I want to just see him in the ring, face off against a bunch of guys on the roster, because there's so many potential cool matches there. And even when it comes to matches we've already seen in TNA, I'd like to see Kurt versus AJ in the WWE, Kurt versus Samoa Joe, and as far as new matches, Kurt Angle versus Kevin Owens, Kurt versus Roman Reigns. There's a ton of cool matches there that could happen. I just hope that some of them do happen, and I hope that we see Angle in the ring. But anyways, man, the announcement that he's going into the Hall of Fame, that's freaking awesome. And I think this pretty much confirms that the pre-order bonus or character for 2K18 is going to be Kurt Angle. It just has to be now. So, Kurt Angle announcement aside, I got some good news when it comes to Supercard. So the luck keeps on going. Not counting that table luck, getting that ultimate table, that sucked. But the whole, freebie and ladder reward type of luck that I've gotten keeps on coming, because I got 2 new pros since the last video. The first one being Elite Miz, or Elite Pro Miz. I pulled a Miz during this Team Road to Glory. So that was great, but that wasn't the best pull yet. You see, I got also an Ultimate Pro. Can you guys guess who that is? As always, I'll give you guys 5 seconds to post up your guess in the comment section. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope you got that comment in. It's Rhino. So now I've got Ultimate Pro Rhino and Ultimate Pro Heath Slater, a perfect tag. This is freaking awesome, man. Was really happy about this, and the funny thing is, the next day after I get it, somebody on Twitter tweets me, hey, I just got, Ultimate Rhino, and he's a pro for me, so he also got Pro Rhino. So, pros everywhere lately. Now, for those of you new to these videos, I actually haven't had the best of luck playing Supercard and getting pros, or pulling pros, for the longest period of time. For those of you who've watched me for a long time, these Supercard videos, you saw me get a ton of shit freebies. I remember my Survivor freebie being Roman Reigns. And some of you new to the game might say, well, Roman Reigns is a good card. No. At that time, Roman Reigns was not a good card in the game. This was back in Season 1. Survivor Roman Reigns was one of the worst Survivor cards. Actually, it might have been the worst one. I don't remember. I do remember he was one of the worst ones. Just not sure if he is actually the worst one out there. And then even when I climbed up the tiers, I never really got the top card in the tier, a pro of the top card. Like, for instance, I don't think I've ever had a pro Stone Cold Steve Austin card when he was the top card in a bunch of tiers. Don't think I've ever gotten a pro Rock card when he was one of the top cards in the tiers. So, it's pretty cool that now, it's picking up. Now I've gotten, a couple pros and really happy about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click the like button down below. And with that said, I'm out. See ya.